about my sweat equity?
Sweat equity. Sweat equity.
My sweat equity. My sweat equity.
Sweat equity.
What about my sweat equity?
Mm-hmm. Bob's your uncle.
Your uncle. All right. Well, we're going now.
We're recording?
Yeah.
Well, we've got some tech issues
Hi.
with the one we're recording today. We are the number one comedy business podcast in the world. We're really raw dogging.
Most days.
We're really raw dogging the intro.
Not today.
We figured we got time constraint, we got tech problems. Let's at least get a mini episode in, because if anybody listens to the show religiously, I don't like it when I go, okay, this podcast is going to be here on this time, because you get like an OCD fandom about podcasts.
And if you miss it, they obviously quit.
It
Never coming back again. Erase it from your phone.
Well, it is like, hey, maybe this show for some people is like a lot of podcasts I listened to when I was super bummed out, and then you're like,
Oh,
these are
so sweet.
These count as friends conversations.
We're your friends.
Yeah, we're your friends.
Don't do that.
We're in your ear holes, you know.
Don't do what you're thinking about doing.
Yeah, don't.
You have friends
Just-
right here.
Yeah, and look, listen to us while you're jogging, while you're folding laundry, doing all the mundane stuff. Don't let your brain think of other things. You should be listening to us.
Yeah, we got like 300 episodes. Just start going backwards.
Go back. If anybody listens and goes back and wants to clown us for how bad we were,
Sure.
I'd like that.
That'd be great.
I
Not to how good we are now, because now things are different.
wow. You are on a what would I call it? A
Watch it.
Lebowski streak.
No, I'm not. Nailing it streak.
Well, anything on your mind going on? We've got we haven't done a solo one with just us two in a while.
Yeah. How about that app that you posted in our Slack channel about the blind people?
Yeah,
Not about the blind people, but helps blind people.
Yeah, that's a good call. See?
Yeah, I know.
You're not just out of it. So I saw this post. I follow Everyday Heroes on LinkedIn. The guy posts like a little too much for my liking, but on
Not
LinkedIn,
every other day heroes.
yeah. How about once a week or something?
Right. Once a week heroes.
Kind of like Tank Sinatra. The meme god has Tank's Good News on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So this was like my LinkedIn version of it. Followed this guy. He posted this thing, I guess a tweet from someone that was saying, downloaded this app called Be My Eyes a while ago. You get FaceTime calls from blind people all over the world and help them with whatever task they need help with. I just got my first call and helped this lady pick out almond milk. Something so small made her day. And then high five yourself or prayer emoji.
Okay, cool.
So I think that's kind of cool. You trying to download it right now?
I have it downloaded already.
You gonna? Oh,
Let's
let's try it.
I'm gonna turn it on. Let's see what happens.
Man, I hope this goes horrible for the sake of the show.
Yeah, walk right out of the traffic. You're good.
Yeah.
That's not even funny.
Can you help me put my makeup on?
Oh, it's not even funny.
That's funny.
Imagine.
While you're doing that, volunteering, a lot of time there's a thing called psychological egoism. And volunteering, just pulled out.
Interesting. Okay, so when I sign into the app, it shows how many blind people there are and how many volunteers there are. Let's have a guess on how many blind people there are compared to volunteers.
As
Go.
users on the app.
Yes.
Oh boy, this could be wild.
Yep.
Let's say 10,000 blind people,
Okay.
20,000 volunteers.
All right. There are on this app 313,868 blind people.
What?
Volunteers 4,834,601.
Wow.
I'm that one, baby.
Now, Is that
Hard gold.
is that active users?
I have no idea.
Doubtful, very doubtful. Yeah, it was.
I'm showing it to the camera.
The camera.
For
It's a
those
visual
of you
show
listening
too.
to the worst show of all time.
Well, that's interesting. It's like slacktivism volunteering.
Right.
We're like,
I'm doing it.
yeah, the
Like,
slacktivism craze.
I'm volunteering right
Everyone's
now
like-
by putting my phone down.
Right. Everybody thinks because they put a political opinion on social media, it's activism, but it's really slacktivism because they're not moving their feet at
We
all.
get it. You want slacktivism to be a thing.
I didn't create it. I wish I did.
Okay.
But the psychological egoism part, why volunteering is important in some respect. Like you should never not do something, right?
Right.
You already do it on your own, just because you have a heart of gold. But mine is to make up for all the terrible things I say and do.
Right. No, me too.
Evens the ledger out.
Me too.
In my head.
I just get ahead of it.
And so, like, the psychological egoism thing is you volunteer, but it's really to volunteer for you to get something out of it.
Sure. But that's all volunteering.
I don't think people realize that when they're doing it. I think they really think, a lot of people think they're doing something altruistic, and that is a residual effect.
Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody goes into it because it'll make themselves feel good. Nobody volunteers so that they can be, shitty at the end of the day.
See, I
bullshit,
before I heard that term, I used to go into it a lot. I thought I was going into it a lot because I go, yeah, I want to help this cause out, this charity out, or whatever.
No.
But once I heard that,
Why
I was
you
like,
do it.
oh, subconsciously, this is really what I get out of it.
Right.
Right.
Accept that fact.
Yeah, and
You're
that's
doing
fine
it for yourself.
because at the end of the day, the results are the same.
Right, exactly. Everybody benefits. Win, win, win.
Right.
And, not doing it, then wait, lose, lose, lose.
So-
How about that?
The rare Michael Scott lose. So
Yes.
do you are you going to try to link up with someone on there?
It's
now?
active right now. It's ready to receive calls. So if a blind person wants to call me, they can. And I don't think you can call me specifically. I think it kind of around
I
robins.
didn't know if
it.
there's just like a queue, like a deli counter.
Given the ratio of volunteers to the blind, I think I'm going to be okay for a few minutes.
Okay. I didn't know if there's like, hey, help someone right now kind of thing.
No.
I feel like if it's an almond milk example, that's why my head goes to like, this could be very small stuff where, yeah, there should be a bigger audience of people just chilling, waiting to help out.
Right. Maybe we should sign up as a blind person. Test it out.
Well, a couple more Trulies and who knows?
All right.
You know what I'm saying? This is a comedy show.
things make
It's a
you go
comedy
blind?
show. It's a comedy show. We
To
make
answer a
jokes.
call.
It's funny.
Okay, yeah. We make jokes.
I've got the other thing I've got, because we're going to do this as a mini ep, is
That's short for episode.
and
For those of you
mini
not
short for
familiar.
miniature.
Yes.
Did you know that?
That too.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
This is infotainment, guys. That the 10 things, basically the most fucked out phrases you don't want to include on your resume.
Okay. Let's hear 'em.
You want to throw some out there? I don't know if you've read this when I put it in the channel. So.
I did not read it. Okay.
Commit it to memory. Excuse me.
I'm good at committing things to memory.
All right. What do you think? What do you think's the most you've interviewed people, you've been on both sides, right? So it's like, what do you think when you hear, what's like the most generic phrase you think
I'm willing to go the extra mile. I'm a hard worker. I go above and beyond, something like that. What number is that on there?
Number one, I know how to work hard.
Okay. Well, there you go. Number two, let's see.
You don't have to go in order. You can family feud
Yes.
this.
No, I mean, for me, it'll be number two. It'll be the first thing that pops in my mind after number one.
Fair.
That being said, I got nothing.
All right.
Tell me.
I work well under pressure.
Okay. Don't say that on your resume.
Everything, all 10 of these, when I read them, I go, these are like projections basically of what you're not or what you have to really work on all the
Sure.
time, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be on your resume, like in an example.
Right.
'Cause-
Yeah, you wouldn't have to say it pointedly. It would be obvious that you work hard.
And one small dumb thing that I did when I was like early 20s, I had like one of those career placement people. I was a grunt, looking for whatever. One piece of advice I got out of one of those hack job placement things was like, if you do your resume, you need to have it tell a story of how you overcame a problem and what but it's a delicate dance to do that throughout your resume and not sound like it's all you, but you had some impact to change something at where you were.
Yeah.
So show some adversity, some grit, that kind of thing, without overdoing it.
When I'm looking at resumes, I'm not looking for a story.
No, in the interview, I'm saying.
Oh,
Right. So you take whatever you wrote in the resume. I worked here. Blah blah. The little 1-2 sentence about what you did there,
right.
and then you extrapolate that into a story about a little bit more about that.
And that's hack or that's good?
That's the good tip. The hack stuff is the phrases we're going to go through.
Okay.
I work well under pressure, which means to me that you don't plan.
Right.
Maybe I'm an asshole when I look at this. And I know how to work hard means it's the Seinfeld. You know how to take a reservation. You just don't know how to hold a reservation.
It could do better.
That's pretty good. I'm an impressionist.
All right. Sorry.
I work independently. I'd say that's pretty odd.
I have no friends.
Yeah, that means
Nobody at work likes me.
That means I'm tough. I'm tough to work with in a
Right.
group. If I am effective at solving problems.
Right. I will try and clean up my messes that I caused previously.
Right. I created a lot of problems and then I solved them.
Right. I'm really good at solving my own problems. All right. Listen.
Kind of have an
I was
inside
there
track.
when they happened,
Right.
and I know the right way to fix it.
I know how to work in a team. I know how to work in a team. That is a crazy statement.
I don't know how to keep working in a team.
I know, but I know how.
Right.
It doesn't say I work well
It
in a
is
team.
my choice to not work in a team.
Yeah. I am proactive. That one I'm surprised is on here, honestly. Don't think that's something a lot of people would say, All
Kind
right.
of a throwaway thing to me. If I saw that on a resume, I'd be like, of course you are.
Yeah.
Although writing it down does prove itself.
I'm proactive. Yeah, proactive. That it's a good trait for sure, but saying it, I don't know, it doesn't.
It can have a negative connotation. I'm proactive at finding a new job.
I'm proactive at creating problems I need to solve.
Exactly.
See number 4.
Right.
Number 7, I am a good communicator.
I communicate real good.
If you have to say that, probably not.
Yeah.
Right?
If it's not clear, write that last sentence. If it's not clear, I am a good communicator.
I'm good at listening.
Jackass. Yeah.
I'm good at listening. Number 8. Okay. Again, these are all showing your hand of what you're not good at to me.
Maybe. I don't know. A lot of people could write that down because they heard their aunt tell them, "You're such a good listener."
No, it's a good skill. There is look, I think the best salespeople are surprisingly the best listeners, but they're
Sure.
usually terrible at listening outside of anything not sales related.
Yeah.
So
It's a shame about your mom dying.
Those
but
ace guys,
how does
they're
that
in the
relate?
zone and they'll listen and they'll flip it back to close the deal. But outside of that, typically the worst people to talk to.
Yeah.
My writing skills are excellent. Again, weird way to put it. If that's verbatim the phrase in there.
Yeah, that's kind of a weighted one on that.
And lastly, I'm enthusiastic.
How many exclamation points are there?
There's 5 emojis and a couple of interrobangs.
0 exclamation points
0.
on that article.
Yeah, there should be. Now you say it. It says, as you can see, cliches are a major deterrent during the hiring process, although more than 59% of recruiters say that they hate coming across grammatical and typographical errors, no matter how small.
Sure. Well, yeah, that is something that is it's kind of 101, where it's like, all right, that I don't even what you're saying isn't as important as the attention to detail to make sure it's correctly written.
Well, it's sometimes the first thing people see of you. So it's like, well,
Right.
this guy, I thought it would be like, I have attention to detail. I remember all the old hack ones, like just that. I can't remember it anymore now.
Right. Well, I mean, there's a lot of little things that even as, like you and I, we're not ball busters. We're not crazy with, like discipline in terms of a lot of things, just business related, where it's like, all right, if I'm sending you a Zoom interview request and I'm also sending you a request for you to take a personality or a assessment of some kind, how long does it take you to turn around and do that? Like,
Yeah.
if I'm able to see when you're opening these emails up and I see that you wait 2 days before you even address it,
Oh,
then
right.
it's like, it's
Yeah, well,
not necessarily fair,
no.
but you can't just forget it.
Yeah,
you
if
know?
you're actively in the process. Yeah, I get
Right.
it. Because you could be busy, and that sometimes means we want you more. On
Right.
the other side, right?
Yeah.
It's that whole velvet rope, or like, oh, we got to get this guy.
Yeah.
Or gal.
And it could mean that.
Or trans, whatever. But that study was 2,000 recruiters and job seekers threw that in there. I think those are interesting. That's a ladders.com email, whatever marketing thing I got. I just found it interesting. They do
Yeah.
good content.
It's true. That shit seems lazy to
And-
write those things.
And I don't know this offhand, but when you are submitting resumes, make sure you got to double check which one's better, PDF or docx file, because most are sent through some kind of software that, like a Scantron, and one is
Converts it to its.
one
whatever.
is way worse than the other. I think Word is way worse. I want to say.
I was going to say the opposite. Pragmatic business advice.
I don't know,
Sweat
but-
Equity Podcast.
We'll leave that as a tease for the audience to figure out.
Because we will forget about it in 30 seconds.
I don't know offhand, but I just found it crazy that you would take both files as someone who does, recruiting or hiring or whatever, knowing that one of those two files sucks.
I honestly thought I remembered the Microsoft Word document being preferred, and I'm driving myself crazy trying to think of the reason why. But
I'm not going to look it
I
up. People are
feel
screaming.
like, fucking idiot. PDF is better.
They fucking trashed all that folded laundry. Like, God damn it.
Right.
Well, call in. Hit us up.
Oh, let us know.
Hit us up on all socials or our website, sweatequitypod.com. This is a mini raw
Teeny
dogging
tiny. We
episode.
out.
We're back. Bye.